And we are live. What's up? It's your man DL Saint. Yeah. Welcome to the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. As you can see, we're gonna talk about some military stuff. I dug this out. I haven't had this thing on y'all since 1993. And we're going to be talking about training, military training, and, you know, what has changed, what hasn't changed, and all that kind of stuff. Man, I got a couple old warriors going to join me today, and we're going to have a good time. But it's funny, you talk about training. I'm putting this thing on, and I'm making sure that all of my buttons are secure. I'm making sure that everything's good, is nice and pressed, as if I got some sort of formation coming up or some sort of inspection or whatever. Why? Because I'm a squared away soldier. I'm airborne. As you can see, where's it at? Bam, right there. I'm airborne, and that's how we rock. You know what I mean? We were squared away soldiers. And even all these years later, if I put the uniform on, even a piece of it, I got to make sure I'm squared away. That's good training. So yeah, we're gonna make this happen, man. Without further ado, we're gonna bring up a couple of my brothers in arms. It's gonna be a Marine flanked by two paratroopers today. But coming up is your man Jay Swans in the house. What's good, bro? How you feeling?
Man, hold on. Back away from that, man. Don't get so close to the camera. I don't want them buttons to pop off and kill somebody.
Hey, man, it is tight over here, bro. It is tight over here, man. But I'm so glad you came. We got to give you some love. We know how much you love that. The
little kids and R. Kelly music make me uncomfortable.
Hey, bro, it is what it is. And also joining us today, man, is our man Chris, our resident devil dog in the house. What's good, brother? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Hoorah.
Hoorah. Let me give you some love. There you go. You ain't get Chris some love.
You just love from the good people. I get love from the little kids, man, trying to get me locked up. Catch a case.
James is watching The View.
Hey, shh.
Ain't no shushing. So Chris, so Chris, everyone's familiar with me and Jay Swans, bro, but they don't know who you are, man. Let's take a moment and explain. Let everybody know who you are, man. What you know? We already said you're a devil dog, but when did you serve? What did you do? Just take a minute to kind of school everybody on why you're an expert for this particular conversation.
Well, I joined the Marine Corps in '87 right out of high school. Was in '87 to '91. Was in the first Gulf War with 1-7, 7th Battalion, First Battalion, 7th Marines. I was in 0331 at SOI, and then a year later, I got to go to sniper school, and I joined STAY, which is sniper and target acquisition, and did my 4 in a war, and no more.
Did my 4 in a war and no more. I'm with you on that. And that's funny because I enlisted in 1990, 94. I chewed on some of the same dirt that you chewed on with these dudes, 18th Aviation Brigade, Bravo Company, 1st and 58th. We're airborne air traffic controllers, tactical. So I was there. We were just outside of Rafa on Tapline Road. Yeah, man, that went so fast for us. Once we got our go orders. And then we got our stand down orders like a day later because it all happened so fast. It was time to go home. The war was over.
Oh yeah, it was day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 was over.
It was over.
It was over.
So we could barely even get moving. We had our whole company, which is heavy. We could barely get moving before we got the stand down orders. But hey, I was there. It was cool. That's what's up, sniper. That's what's up. So we gotta go to the range, bro.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah,
we gotta go to the range. Yeah, we gotta go to the range because Jay Swan needs some help.
Yeah, I told
on
you
the range.
With the Desert Eagle.
The Desert Eagle. Oh, that stupid fucking 50 caliber pistol you have.
Hey, it looks scary.
Yeah.
First thing I said when he showed me that thing years ago, like, bro, this is a 50 caliber pistol. What do you need with this? Like, what is this?
You gotta blow every window out of your house. Fire some scumbag in it.
The ladies love the big caliber guns.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You shot that new 9mm you got? That what was it called? The Ruger?
Oh,
for your bike?
PC? You know, I haven't shot it yet. I might be able to go shoot it next week though.
Hold on, man. You picked up a new weapon.
Well, it's the Ruger PC. I've had it for a little while. I just haven't shot it yet.
He needed a bike gun.
Yeah, something that, just in case it goes down, I'm on a motorcycle.
I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad at you.
I don't drive a truck, but I have a truck gun, so I have two.
No, you do got a truck. You got the Jag.
I do have the Jag, but yeah, it's an SUV.
But I'm right there with, man. And one day we'll all come back and we'll talk about weapons and stuff like that. Because Jay Swans and I have been talking about doing a weapon on a show on home defense and proper weapons, what weapons are for, and all that good stuff. And we're gonna do it. It's gonna be a good show. And there's a lot of people ask me a lot of questions about it. And like, man, I'm gonna get me a something for the house for home protection, man. I got an AK-47. I'm like, oh, for home protection, huh? All right. Like,
You'll be fixing a lot of drywall.
Right.
You never know when the Taliban are going to come through your living room.
Right.
So you
never know. Yeah, you never know when Al Qaeda shows up and they want something.
Right.
And, that Barrett 50 cal, that's good for home defense too.
That'll kill you, the drug dealer behind him, and the neighbors in 2 houses down the fucking block.
And
probably
that's going down the road.
Not to mention blow your eardrums out.
Exactly. Can't hear nothing, just that ooh for the rest of your life. That's all you're gonna hear.
Like in that show Archer. Wah, wah, wah.
That's it. That's it. Because when it goes down, people, you don't have time to go get your hearing protection and like put your hearing protection on and put your glasses on. Nah, you draw your weapon and you let it go.
Hold on now, because these new criminals, these are new millennial criminals, so that you might get a timeout. You'd be like, hold on. I need 30 seconds. If you need a full timeout, you go like this, and they stop and they wait. Like, I need a full.
I mean, where did I put my gun? Just 1 second. I'll be right with you. Just one second.
Hold on, timeout.
Yeah. You find your weapon. You're like, okay, now where did I put those bullets? Where are my rounds?
My wife knows that every weapon except for the M14 right now in the safe is chambered.
Why isn't the M14 chambered?
I haven't broke it down. I haven't cleaned it yet, and I just had other things to do.
Oh.
Besides, what am I going to do? Whip that out for an invader? Like, hold on, let me get this giant yard and a half rifle around the corner.
Hey, when D and I used to go chase girls, we had to pull it out too like that, and it was just like that. How am I going to whip this out? Hold on a second. Let me.
Yeah. Like, hold on a second.
Wait, James. Girls, James?
Oh,
you sure?
Right.
You sure?
Yeah, exactly.
I guarantee.
I guarantee motherfucking D.
They may not have been 10s. They may not have been 5s. There was an occasional swing and miss, but they were all female.
But 5.2s is the 10.
Hey, when you're in the Army, the new 2 is a 10 in the Army, okay? Especially if you're overseas.
All right, if y'all say so.
Hey, look, I'm just because I know all Marines date strippers. That's the rule. Y'all date strippers, I know. So I can't be mad at y'all.
It's not the Marines date strippers. Marines have a tendency of marrying strippers. That's why I'm like, yo, let's talk there, Devil Dog. Let's talk. The dating part I'm cool with, but I don't know about this marriage thing, man.
Hey, when I was in, we had some of these bumpkins from, flyover states like Nebraska who'd never seen a pretty woman, especially a pretty Filipino woman. Oh, they'd meet these chicks at the bar, come running back to Gunny, be like, I need a marriage certificate or a marriage pass. And Gunny be like, where'd you meet her? Whisper Alley. She's a whore. Nah, she's doing it to her family. I love her, man. No, whore.
Yo, why they gotta be from flyover states though, man?
Where they at, bro?
Dude, I mean, I met some guys. I met a guy. He'd never seen a black person in life. Like, there was no black people in his town. He had never spoke to a black guy. It was like, he's like, there's black people. I'm like, yeah, they're all over the place.
Not where I'm from, Gunny. Like, no, we serve with guys like that. We serve with guys like that. That never in their life interacted with black folks until they got into the United States Army.
That was Guthrie, and that's when he brought his 15-year-old concubine over with him.
Guthrie was barely 18, so it works. I mean, I think it was something there.
Dude, I get to my unit, and I've been in the Marine Corps boot camp in school. I'm 18, a couple months from 19. There's guys in my unit who are 18, married with a kid. I'm like, what is your major malfunction?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
You make like $400 a month.
Hey, he's a Marine, and you guys shoot to kill. So one shot, one kill. He got
prerequisite. Prerequisite. There it is. Yeah, y'all know y'all Marines can shoot. That's the truth.
Yeah, so
That's
ladies.
because every Marine's a rifleman.
Hey,
First.
ladies, if you mess with a Marine, you will probably get pregnant.
They don't miss. Like, baby, they don't miss. You know what I mean? And they got to make the next generation of Marines. So I ain't mad at them. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, Devil Dogs.
I've never had the scare call. I missed my period.
You just didn't answer the phone. He already knew what time it was. He didn't answer the phone.
You give me your real name. What's your name?
Is Chris there?
Dave Johnson.
No habla. No habla español.
No habla. No speak inglés. Click.
My English is not so good.
My English not so good. My Filipino not so good. My Thai not so good. They're all over the place.
You see them buttons, right? Them buttons is hard as hell to get off.
Ooh, man, burning up in this thing. And this is the summer gear, too. I'm burning up in this BDU.
You see the marks on his chest from where the buttons were. How tight it was.
Right. I was about ready to start giving y'all state secrets, boys. Like a little torture camp. There's this damn thing on, man. Like a straight jacket. Name, rank, and serial. Gil Crawford's in the house. What's good? Desert Eagle. He's laughing. Welcome to the show. I don't think I've seen you before, but welcome. Thank you so much. Brother Jason's in the house today. Brother Jason was on earlier. We were talking about credit. Outstanding show. We're going to do a part 2. So good to see you, brother. You know what I mean? Again, great show. We're gonna work out that technical stuff, and we're gonna get right back on that. We're gonna do another show.
Gil's one of those guys I ride motorcycles with.
Oh, what's up? Shout out to Gil.
Yeah, we gotta get Gil on the show. He's got a cool ass job. We gotta talk to him about it for real.
Word? You know what I mean? What is he with the agency? You hear this, Chris? He won't say nothing. Oh, you got a cool ass job. What that mean?
I want to talk. I mean, look, not everybody wants to be known as a stripper. All right, so especially up here in Citrus County, is for the older types.
Sounds like Gil is a male gigolo for the old crew. He's out there making it happen. Like, what's up, baby?
Don't you go breaking a hip.
He actually does some really cool stuff, and he hasn't been in the military, but he works with a lot of military guys and what he does. So we'll
sounds like agency. Just saying.
No doubt.
About to get us on the watch list. We're gonna have Gil have us on this show. Everybody gonna be looking at us. But let's get him on here. More than welcome to have him on here. I know he's got some good ideas. I mean, some good experiences that we can all benefit from. So, hey, brother Chris, what motivated you to enlist in the United States Marine Corps, bro? Of all the branches, you chose the Marine Corps.
I just, at the time when I was 17, I basically joined with my best friend, and it was, there was something about the Marine Corps, the prestige, I don't know, the mystique, the dress blues.
Just say the uniform, bro. Just say the
uniform too.
This come on, stop. Yo, was it the commercial where the dude fought the dragon?
That's a good commercial. That's a good commercial. I actually, this is a funny story. I actually had enlisted as an aviation munitions technician reservist. And then one day we were watching Heartbreak Ridge one too many times, and I had thrown back a couple of drinks. I called my recruiter. I'm like, active duty grunt. Let's do it. So then I had to tell my parents, oh, yeah, I'm not a reservist anymore. I'm graduating high school on a Thursday and going to boot camp on a Monday.
Right. That's right. Going to be infantry. And I'm going to tell you this, though. I always tip my hat to the Marine Corps. You know what I mean? Always, always, always. Because you boys are hardcore, man. I'm not going to lie. Anybody who prays like this.
Crazy.
Pray! This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Anybody that prays like that is hardcore, bro. I'm with that.
What's funny is the first part of Full Metal Jacket is pretty much boot camp. Take away a little bit of the DIs hitting you
in the late 80s. So when you got there, it was still pretty much hardcore. I'm sure they put their hands on you a little bit. They just wasn't all the way.
If you deserved it, you got hands put on. But it wasn't like when he's saying, "Hey, pal, is this your left or your right?" I saw a DI smack someone in the face, not that hard, and I saw another DI punch someone in the shoulder. What shoulder was that? Left or right? But everything else, the corporal punishment, the urine nasty disgusting fat body, everyone got a nickname, and like they said, there's no color here. You're all green. Some of you are lighter, some of you are darker. But and they would go through it. Like he says, I hate this, I hate that, I hate this, because now you're all Marines.
So now you're all equally here. You're all equally worthless. And that part, if I ever in my life get to see someone say, "Choke yourself," not with your hands, use mine. Don't touch me. Lean forward and choke yourself.
Yep.
Man, I couldn't stop laughing when I saw that. I'm like, I'm not going to join the Marine Corps because they couldn't guarantee me airborne school. That's the only reason I joined the Marine Corps. I knew the song. The uniforms were on point. I was ready, but they like, nah, we can't guarantee it. Once you get in, you can apply. Nah, bro, I got to have that in my contract. I got to jump. And that's the only reason I'm airborne.
I mean, if I could do it again, I might have gone LAV because that was brand new in the Marine Corps. Because guess what? You ain't got to hump 25 miles when you can drive 25 miles. Or I would have done military intelligence because that has more of what opens up for you when you get out is, there's not a whole lot of, Indeed ads for grunt.
No, there is. All the strip clubs need bouncers, bro.
Yeah.
Marine grunt, you are highly qualified.
You are highly qualified. Just don't marry them.
Just don't marry them.
I know in basic, I told you about the drill sergeant that was crazy. That used to mess with me, right?
But when did you get the basic, LJ? Jay Swans, what year was that?
91.
91. All right.
I got there in 91. And the guy, he like when I first got there, you get the reception and the brothers, the drill sergeant brothers, they was all cool. Reception's cool. I was like, this is basic training? Oh man, I got this. And the brothers is all talking to me like, yeah, man, when you get over there, just keep your head down. You're gonna be all right. I get over there, a couple of brothers drill sergeants, because I was the biggest dude in basic training. I was the youngest dude. I was 17, but I was the biggest dude. So like, these couple of brothers drill sergeants pull me aside, like, yo, you good, brother? You good? And I'm like, I'm a little nervous, but yeah, I'm good. Yo, man, just look, see that little dude drill sergeant over there? Little dude, man, like 5'2" or something with a big ass Smokey the Bear hat,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that dude, like, man, he's a punk. He gonna try to punk you because he's trying to prove that he's somebody. Just look him in the eye, man. Don't even let him punk you, bro. Don't go out like that, man. So this little dude comes up to me. I'm still paying attention. So he walks up with his drill sergeant hat and he's looking at me and he's yelling at me and I'm looking him right in his eye. And he goes, you making eye contact with me? He said, he actually said, you eye fucking me is what he said to me. You eye fucking me. So he took his hat off and he was like, oh shit, took his hat off. He went over to the wall, started beating his head against the wall, against the brick wall, and his head started bleeding. And he comes over, he's like, oh, I'm gonna get you. Oh, you are my bitch. I'm like, I thought they couldn't curse at you and basically you are my bitch. This dude grabbed me by my shirt.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, he pulled me down and had me dragging me around. So mind you, this dude, I swear he couldn't have been any bigger than 5'4", maybe 5'4". So he's got me bent all the way. I'm 6'4", bent all the way over, dragging me around, talking to other people.
Yep.
And he would be like, I want to introduce y'all. This is my bitch. He would pull me forward and drag me back, right? So then, when they start to do the platoon thing, and I was in another platoon, he came over and got me. Oh, hell no, this is my bitch. That dude fucked with me the whole time, man. And I actually ran into him when I got to Bragg. He was down there in division. I actually ran into him. And I was like, I saw him and started walking the other way.
Oh, he had your number, bro.
Look, he was like, Swanson, oh, fuck, you remember me. And he was like, yeah, you was my bitch.
It's funny that you say the eye fucking because like day 2 or day 3, this DI runs up on a guy and goes, you going to pay for the baby? And Cruz has no idea. Are you going to pay for the baby? Cruz said, yes, sir. He goes, stop eye fucking me, boy. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty fucking funny. I mean, that's a pretty good flow as is. He walked right into that one.
Yeah, because but I don't think you can do that anymore.
Well, now all you got to do is pull out your stress card. This is too much for me.
That's goddamn ridiculous.
I told you they do timeouts now.
We still did the infiltration course, the mud crawl course, with live ammunition firing over us.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we did that. And I was at Fort Disneyland, and they were firing live rounds over us.
See, I did basic at Benning, which once again, I don't know how the fuck I ended up at Benning. See, man,
They was preparing you, bro. They was getting you ready for the regiment, man.
They were like, "Come on, no, not me, no."
Yeah, I mean, and you were young and you didn't know any better. So, all right, so we're talking. So we're talking about the late Chris. You went through Gunny. You went through in the late 90s. I mean, late 80s, early 90s.
87, yeah.
You went through in 87, basic training. I went through 3 years later in 90, and then Jay Swan's a year after me in 91. So it sounds to me the training was still pretty hardcore.
It sounds to me that Chris is just old as fuck.
I don't look 53.
You sure don't, bro. And I can't talk shit because I fought in the same war you fought in, so I can't sit here and say anything. This dude starts talking crazy, man. We just gonna have to team up on it.
See, and there y'all go.
And it's all easy because we all got one of those, so it's evenly matched.
I mean, boot camp, if you could go back, I'm not going to say now, but if you could go back when you were 30,
oh man,
you realize that half of it is just you don't know because you're young and it's all mental. They're basically mentally fucking you, to break you down. I mean, because if you went in now and they started laughing, talking to you, you'd be like, nah, that's funny. I like a little hat,
Well, just imagine that. Like I said, the drill sergeant was beating his head against the wall. I'd have been like, that's a stupid motherfucker right there. That shit's gotta hurt. Yeah. But back then I was like, he's crazy.
I probably would have kept doing stuff so he can keep beating his head against the wall. I've been trying to see if I can get this dude to knock himself unconscious as an old guy. Hey. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. And basic training was what it was. It wasn't easy. You know what I mean? It wasn't extremely difficult, but I mean, it wasn't easy. Airborne school. That's when they started to really try to get after us.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, when that dude was beating his head against the wall, I wasn't thinking about fucking with him. I was trying to find a way to keep the shit in my ass. That dude had me a little shook, man.
You're 17 years old. You're dealing with a little bitty man who's all ripped up, beating his own head against the wall, bro. I'd be a little nervous, too. I'm sure you've never seen that before.
It's just like this.
You're making diamonds in your little pucker there.
Yeah. So you got we got Miss Globe Girl in the house. What's up, Miss Globe Girl? How you doing? She's Navy. I had to give her a special shout out. Give her the horns because she's Navy. You know what I mean? I wish I had her on the panel because what were y'all doing in boot camp, Miss Globe Girl? Let us know how tough it was. Did anybody smash? What do y'all have? Drill instructors? What do they have in the Navy?
You should have had that Navy guy that one. You should have had him on there because we could have all taken turns with him. I mean,
see,
questions.
Yeah. You know what James is talking about.
Yeah. But Gunny, I can ask Gunny.
We're gonna take turns on him.
You'd be like, "Hells yeah!"
So people, this is why you don't ask your warrior friends to come on your podcast because you're gonna get canceled. That's just how it works. You're gonna get canceled.
Hey, you know what? I'm like Bill Burr. You can only cancel me if I let you.
Right. Hey, that's
you heard about him. You heard about him at the Grammys, right? Last year.
Bro, I love Bill Burr. Period. And I'm gonna tell you why. This is classic Bill Burr. This is why I love Bill Burr so much.
Jesus Christ, be a man. Push it down. Push it down. Deny your feelings. Act like you have answers. Do some man shit right now.
That's why I love Bill Burr. He is 100% about being a man.
At the Grammys, I think it was last year, he came out to give the award for like best Latino, I don't know, band, whatever. Of course, there's no audience because it was COVID.
Right.
So he walks out there and he goes, I bet every one of these cis people here is wondering why there's a white, bald-headed breeder on the screen. and he goes into this rant about all the millennials, all the millennials and Antifa and cowards. So they immediately try to cancel him and try to brand him a racist. So like 10 minutes later on his own podcast, he's like, "Let me introduce you to my wife, who's black." And
right.
She was like, "Yeah, my racist husband's gonna sell out Madison Square Garden next month. So take your little cancel culture and f off."
Yeah, go fuck yourself. He says it all the time, and it's great. You can't do anything to him.
It's like Chappelle. You can't cancel me if I don't let you.
Hey, does he have to fuck himself? Why can't he just love himself? I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't know why. So listen, Snuggle 668 wants us to explain what is a stress card. Here's the thing, Snuggle 668, we can't tell you what that is because we ain't had that shit when we were in the military. We're warriors, right? Jay Swan's right here is a Ranger, right? And then we got Gunny down here. Where's Gunny at? Pointing right there. We got Gunny down here, right? And myself both served in Desert Storm. There is no such thing as a stress card in a combat situation. You can't call timeout when the enemy is firing at you. So we're cut from another cloth. We have no idea what a stress card is. Yeah, we have to find somebody who has one.
Maybe Air Force. The Air Force guy had one.
From what I understand, because my buddy did 27 years, and so he had to go through that whole thing, was at boot camp, they're given so many per phase. Well, when I went to boot camp, there was 3 phases. I think there's 4 now. But I think you get so many per phase that you can pull out and the DI can't yell at you for 5 minutes, which to me would be like, oh, I'm going to get your ass in 5 minutes. You know,
right. Sit your ass right here for 5 minutes. I would make them hold a rope that's attached to me for the next 5 minutes as I'm doing whatever I'm doing. They got to follow me on that rope, and as soon as the alarm goes off, beep 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 beep, 5 minutes is up. I'm in you.
I'd be like, ooh, yeah.
Oh, beat your! Please show me your stress card. Please.
Yeah, right?
Yo, man, I just have this vision of the drill sergeant jerking off, talking about, I can't wait.
Right? I didn't realize that DIs have a high rate of divorce. Now that I think about it, though, I can understand why. I can understand why, because they don't turn it off when they go home. You come home with your wife, and you're like, "Why aren't you at attention?" And she's like, "Wrong."
Right? You can't turn it off.
You ain't the great Santini.
You can't turn it off. Yo, and then Miss Globe Girl, she was Navy. I was asking her about how it was with her in boot camp. She said it was tough, not easy like it is today. There was no sensitivity training when I went through. What? Sensitivity training?
No, my son's talking about that. He says it's sharp. It's called sharp. Like it's a huge thing. Like they don't even be trying to creep around to the other side of the barracks and smash no more because sharp, that sensitivity training and sexual harassment or whatever you can't even creep around and get you some yams, or sorry, for Foxy Brown. Or for Chris, the Gwen Stefani.
The Gwen Stefani.
You can't sneak off and get the Gwen Stefani.
I have no idea what that means.
So when we talk about getting sexual access from women getting the good stuff, we call it Foxy Brown. Or we call it Gwen Stefani, depending on how light or dark green you are. Taste
the soup. Taste the soup.
Now for the new military people, we have the Brad Pitt.
There you go. Equal opportunity here. Equal opportunity loving here.
The Brad Pitt.
So yeah, and shout out to you, Miss Globe Girl, for serving in the United States Navy. I have a young cousin who served in the Navy, started out enlisted, and now he is 04, which is lieutenant commander. Started out enlisted, got his commission, still in. So proud of him. Just got promoted recently to what's that? Lieutenant commander. Is that what they call him in the in Navy rank? A major.
There's a lieutenant commander. It's
captain's a colonel.
It's lieutenant junior grade, which is 01, then lieutenant, which is 02, then captain. Yeah, then that'd be captain. 3. Then you're right, probably lieutenant commander, then commander.
Yep, lieutenant commander.
What is the rank for the Navy fluffer?
That'd be like EO, yeah. I'm like EO, yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, I was on a helicopter carrier a couple times. You know what? They got it made. The food, you get a mid-rat, you can get our dinner at midnight if you want. I mean, there was guys there, like the guy's job was the commissary on the fucking boat.
Oh,
all right. Let me go open up, the Wawa.
Is that what all those extra buttons are for in the front of them Navy pants? Because they be eating a lot.
Yeah, and like Snuggles is one of my my day ones, and Snuggles 668 always has some good comments. I'm gonna read these in a second. Miss Globe Girl was lieutenant commander of 04. Thank you very much. I always legit, not even being funny, I could never read naval rank. It was like it's on their sleeve or whatever. I would just salute, because in the Army, the rule of thumb was just salute. If it's shiny, salute it. But we were paratroopers and everything was shiny on the beret. So you had to look at the rank. And in the Navy, I just didn't know. So I would always walk with a Navy person, and if they saluted, I saluted because I didn't know what the rank structure was. I understand 01, whatever. But yeah, thank you, Ms. Globe Girl. So Snuggle668 has a couple questions, and then we'll get into the video. Which of the exercises did you people find the hardest to do when you all worked out? And by you people, I guess they mean American warriors. American warriors. That small percentage of Americans who actually put their lives on the line for the Constitution, like you people. So which exercises were tough? Here's the thing about exercises. There's only so many things you can do when you geared up. So for us, like if we were, got our gear on, either going on a jump or we're about to go out, and hump a little bit. By hump, we're going to go, on a long ruck march. Beating your boots to me was always the toughest. They're basically squats, deep squats. And you got all your equipment on. So if you're carrying 100 plus, pounds of equipment and you do something stupid, they'll tell you to beat your boots. Now you got to reach down and touch your boots and then come back up, and you just keep beating your boots. So that was always tough.
I had a hard time with and this is going through RIP, was the pull-ups, because they had you do pull-ups with your gear on, with the plates on and stuff, your weapon.
Damn.
And,
yeah, that's next level right there, bro.
Yeah, and but I'm 6'4", so my arms are real long. So I would try to go really wide with that to to shorten the distance, that kind of thing. But that was always the hardest for me because I my feet would always I'd have to bend my legs because my feet would touch the ground, that kind of thing. So that was always the hardest for me. Like the little guys, they were up there just knocking that shit out.
Right, because they're nothing. And yeah, you're right. Damn, I didn't know y'all were doing that, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't right, man.
Yeah, and then like in the Snuggles, when it came to exercising again, we would use that exercise to correct some sort of deficiency. You do something stupid. So of course it's like push up, drop it, give me 10, drop it, give me 20. You know what I mean? In the Army would say beat your face. You get down and beat your face. And let's say someone tells you to do 10 push-ups. Beat your face, knock out 10. You do 10 push-ups and then they say, okay, get up. That's a trap.
Yeah.
That's a trap. You got to recover. Like you get up one time, that's in the morning.
Here was one that was, okay, here's something I hated. I hated doing push-ups with Allen because we had these things called, 80-second push-ups, right? For the division. And what it was one and everybody would do one. Then it was 1, 2, and everybody would do 1, 2. Then it was 1, 2, 3. Everybody would do 1, 2, 3. And we would do that up to 82. And you saw us doing that because you'd always turn and walk the other way.
Yeah, I'm not playing with that, bro. I'm not playing with that. Nah, who y'all go ahead and do that? Who I'm going over here. I told you not to go that way. I told you to go right. You went left. That's what you get. Do you? And we weren't in the 82nd Airborne Division.
Yeah, that's just Allen.
Yeah,
I coach rugby, and we make them run suicides on the football field every 5-meter line. So 5 and back, 10 and back, 15 and back, 20 and back, and that takes like 20 minutes, and it kills you.
Yeah, that's brutal, man. And I hated suicides playing basketball. You talking about doing that on a football field?
right.
I always hated, because in the Marine Corps, when someone screws up, they put everyone in the pit, which is basically a big sandbox. So anything, you're doing hello dollies, you're doing mountain climbers, you're just getting sand everywhere. You're pissed at the asshole because he doesn't know his left from his right.
Yeah, the dummies make you do more.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh man,
you pay for their mistakes all the time. Miss Globe Girl, for me, Miss Globe Girl says for me it was running with full sea bags, slant duffel bags. I guess that was the tough part in the Navy. They make you put your bag on and go run. But and airborne, yeah, go ahead.
Yo, when I first got to the unit, right? I jumped off the back of the truck, because they bring you over there like in a deuce and a half thing. I had 2 duffel, because I had Hatterley's duffel bag in one hand, I had my duffel bag, and then I had a rucksack on my back, and jumped off the back of the deuce and a half, and then threw Hadley his ruck. That's what Allen was like, yo, we taking him. He's going on the team. We taking him.
And that's how he got on the teams. That's how he wound up on the tag team.
Yo, my knees are paying for that shit today and will for the rest of my life.
And it's funny because Snuggles has a ton of questions. Snuggles, if you would kind of listen, most of your questions will be answered as we talk. And just real quick, what do you think about technology being implemented in the military, and with it diminish your physical standards? But technology has nothing to do with the physical standards or anything like that. And I think Gunny would tell you, and we're telling you now, it has everything to do with the society in which we live. The only reason that the physical standards are changing is because of the society that we live in.
Yeah, but
right? Because body positivity and all that. Go ahead, bro.
You still got to put boots. You don't own shit until you put boots on the ground. So it's still going to come down to two guys fighting. So I mean, you're going to have to be in shape for that. I mean, there's no way. I mean, they've tried in the past. Well, in Vietnam, they said, hey, we don't need guns on the Air Force Phantoms because all the wars going to be fought by missiles. Going to be so far off, the guns won't even matter. They ended up putting guns on them because you don't own shit until you put people on the ground. So you got boots on the ground, you don't own shit. So it's always going to come down to two guys fighting. So, somebody's going to have to kick in the door. I mean, they can send a robot in to kick the door in first, but you're still going to send troops in there. So you got to be in shape to do that stuff. You got to be in shape to carry that equipment. I mean, a combat loadout, what do they say? A 35-pound ruck in 320 rounds, I think it is, for a combat loadout, which is bullshit. Okay. First of all, you're going to carry all the ammo you can get your hands on.
Right, right.
The ammo.
Yep. And
what was that, Gunny? What'd you say?
All the ammo you can carry.
Yes. Every bullet, bomb, and Band-Aid you get your hand on, you're going to try to carry it with you.
Everybody's going to have batteries for a radio.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, everybody's going to have first aid. Everybody's going to have food. I mean, we're going to sneak it. I'm always going to have food. Fuck all that.
Oh, yeah.
Have food, man.
You're going to have a little bit of snivel gear because you don't know what you're going to deal with. So you're going to have a little snivel gear, and snivel gear is just extra clothes. You want to, stay warm, stay dry. Yeah, like a whoopee. So Snuggle 668. Did you all work out in boots or have adverse effects in your old age or haven't worked out in boots? Again, when people read the media stuff about the military, don't believe most of the stuff you read about military training and all that, right? It's not that bad for the majority of people who join the United States military. The overwhelming majority of those people didn't do the things that we did, right? They just, you're talking, you got a paratrooper, you got a ranger, and you got a sniper that you're talking to right now. Our experience is probably yeah, but think about it. It's probably representative of, I don't know, 10% of what people go through in the United States military, maybe less, with the training and the missions. And it's not the physical training, like the push-ups, the sit-ups, the jumping jacks, training in your boots. That's not why my body hurts now. And yes, because you had a question in here, does your body hurt now? It does. It was the stress of the mission. Not even jumping is per se. I mean, jumping was bad, but the stress of the mission. Walking through the woods in the middle of the night and finding those little bitty ditches, those little bitty holes, and your leg goes in there. Or the wait a minute vine. So, Gunny, what's your take on that?
Sorry, the question.
The question is,
boots? No, obviously we hump in boots. We would go for boot and ute runs. We had our go fasters for when we had to do PFTs. The physical training test. I still call them go fasters too.
That's hilarious.
You mean your sneakers?
Yeah, sneakers. Your go fasters.
The go fasters.
I liked boots because it was more support on your foot and your ankle if you had good boots.
Yeah, if you had good boots.
And screw the boots the military gives you. I mean, we all went out and just. I mean, I had high-tech Sierra Magnums when I was in 1988. They you put on, tie them up, and then zip them up, and it goes 5 inches up your ankle. You're not rolling an ankle.
Yeah, we were rocking jungle boots.
We're rocking jungle boots.
At least running in boots and utes, the pace is slower too.
The pace, yep.
You think about that shit. Good point. Because I think we just did PT in boots at Benning at Airborne School. I think we did PT in tennis shoes, and then we the rest of the day was in boots. But you ran everywhere. You had to run everywhere.
Well, correction, you're airborne shuffled everywhere.
And shit. I was in the back of the formation because I was tall. I was my ass off.
So you're running to keep up with everybody.
That slinky thing. That's
the slinky thing. Awful.
Man.
We had a captain one time who was 6'5", and we were doing a force march, and he had his little pistol with him. And we're all chugging along, but he's 6'5". I'm 5'8". Do the math. So we're going along, and weapons platoon, who has to hump the weapons as well as their own gear, they complain. I don't blame them, and they were falling behind a little bit, and the captain yelled back to weapons, and someone in weapons goes, "Must be easy to walk that fast carrying a pistol." So, and our first sergeant was a non-vet, and he was the only person in our entire unit that had been in combat. Out of nowhere, the captain comes back and goes, "Well, let me get that 40 millimeter or the mortar." And he threw that thing over his shoulders. The pace slowed down. Yeah,
all the way down.
Did. Oh yeah, because
yeah, like you said, real easy with that. You know, with the 45 with that Beretta on your hip. Why don't you try carrying this 50 cal?
Right.
You know,
exactly.
Or carry this barrel for the 50 cal. Oh, so
it's fun. I mean, and that got. I mean, he earned the respect of the men for that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That was something that boot camp's boot camp. You can't disrespect anyone because you don't know any better, and you're in boot. But out in the fleet, you know, there were officers that were either prior enlisted who understood the bullshit that we didn't want to do. You know, and they listened to their NCOs, and usually, like we had one Lieutenant Heidenreich. He listened to the NCOs. He was a really good lieutenant. We had another lieutenant who didn't listen to the NCOs and thought he was him and his, whatever French literature degree that earns him, an officership.
Right.
That's how you really feel. Don't hold back, man. Don't hold back.
Well, no, because and I don't know if in the Army it's the same thing. In the Marine Corps, sir is a sign of respect. Yeah. Calling you your rank is just acknowledging your rank. Yes, lieutenant. Versus yes, sir. So it's like calling someone doc. In the Marine Corps, your corpsman isn't a doc until he proves himself to be a doc. He doesn't automatically get the nickname doc because he hasn't earned it yet. Wow. So yeah, you get officers who don't know shit. You just call them the rank. Yes, lieutenant.
That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. And we would, if I got a problem with you, I'd probably call you lieutenant. But if you put in work, you're LT. What's good, LT?
Yeah. See, we allowed lieutenants. They didn't want to be called LT because they didn't know it was the ultimate sign of respect. It's, hey, LT. Yeah. But, sir,
That's what's up, man. Jay Sparrow's in the house. Fresh and Fit Dallas Cornerstones in the house. Thanks for the support, brother. Good seeing you. You know what I'm saying? Sam's up in here. Miss Globe Girl, as you were talking about the accordion, Miss Globe Girl was saying, how about running for miles and can't leave the slow team member behind? Yo, Miss Globe Girl, for all y'all out there wondering, for all you dudes out there trying to holler at her and all that kind of stuff, she's an American warrior because she's talking even from the Navy. Even from the Navy.
Turn the boat.
Turn the boat.
Turn the thingy. Go back.
Yeah, Gunny. But hey, Gunny, I gotta tell you the truth though. My biggest problem with the Navy and the Marine Corps is I was just wondering why y'all had y'all names on y'all butt. Gunny, what's up with that?
On our butt?
Oh yeah, y'all had your last name right over in your your butt cheek.
Yo, look at my man's face.
I don't know what fucking Navy you're thinking about, or Marine Corps.
The United States Navy and the United States Marine Corps. I even asked Miss Globe Girl about it.
Oh yeah, the running shorts had USMC on the ass. Yeah, you're right.
No, they had your last name on your butt cheek. Yes, it did, Gunny. No, it did not. Yes, it did, Gunny. No, it did not. Yes.
I just want to say that I've never looked at a Marine's ass, so I don't know.
Oh, yes, you do. You're like,
I know.
I like it real thick and juicy.
And look, and Miss Globe Girl's right there. Like I said, I got to give her credit. You know what I mean? She's like, I've been to a war too. Yes, you have. She's been deployed. I got respect for her. And no more butt cheek names. Nope. They stopped doing it, but they did do it. They did. If y'all had names on y'all butts, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
You needed to know who you was loving. I mean, come on, man.
So let's get into it, yo. I appreciate that for everyone in the chat checking us out. I really appreciate the interaction. Let's get into it. Let's pull up the first video before Gunny gets out his old M1A1 and fires a couple rounds down here towards Tampa.
I know, you're talking about the thick and juicy shit.
You know what I mean? Yo, so here we go. Let me see if I can find what's the best. We'll do this one. So here we are. We have a video here that Jay Swan sent me. What new Marine Corps recruits go through in boot camp. Let's give this a watch, man. It's a long one. We're only going to play a little bit of it, but let's give it a watch and see what we see. Oh,
like in slow motion.
You're not screaming at me. I can't hear you, Metrano.
This is Marine Corps Boot Camp in Parris Island, South Carolina.
Whoop.
And not San Diego.
Before they become United States Marines, all recruits have to graduate from the Marine Corps' 13-week basic training program, which tests them physically and psychologically.
It's a pressure cooker for 12 weeks. Under the pressure of an intimidating drill instructor, someone that's putting you under the scrutiny of attention to detail every single day, and to a certain degree, everything you do is never going to be good enough.
Oh, right there. I got a love crawling through the sand, man. Oh my goodness.
Yo,
Hey Gunny, how does your elbows feel after crawling, like low crawling about a football field worth of sand?
Elbows and knees hurt.
for real. And then you gotta get that sand out of your fucking crotch.
It ain't coming out.
Everywhere.
It ain't coming out, bro. It's just gonna keep rubbing.
wanna
Rub
know-
you raw.
Why all Marine drill sergeants sound like they got a frog in their throat?
They're
All
taught
of them.
that way.
Is that what they really taught to talk like
Now
that?
listen to me. You got 5 seconds to get the line. 5, 4, 3, done. You're done. Yeah, they're taught to do that. It's that monotone. I mean, shit. We pulled in to Paris Island at midnight, and a fucking like 6'8" dark green drill instructor got on the fucking bus, and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, like to thank you for taking the challenge to be in the fine fighting course the Marine Corps or the world's ever seen." He goes, "Now outside there are 2 yellow footprints. One says L, one says R. It's for left and right. Now, when I say so, you got 10 seconds to get off the bus. Now get the fuck off my bus!" Right? And the joke is drill instructors can't count. They go, "You got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, done." 7, 6, 5. Oh my God. And you get someone who didn't understand what he was doing. And he's like, "Sir, 7's next, not done." And then it's got on your face.
Oh,
And is that when they shark attack you and they just all come from out of nowhere?
Oh, yeah. And they come up and they hit you with their bill.
Drill with their
And you
hat, man.
instinctively put your hand up. "Don't you touch my goddamn hat."
Oh my goodness. Yo.
I mean, it's
Remember that?
funny now, but I mean, it's they all have that voice.
yeah, that frog.
Man,
Yeah.
man, I didn't know that was Marine Corps issue. If you're gonna be a drill instructor, you gotta have that voice. I didn't know that. I learned something today.
They teach that voice, yeah.
So all right, let's continue watching this. That's hilarious.
Everything at boot camp sucks. It's gonna hurt, it's gonna be painful, but it's only gonna hurt more if you look at it that way.
Why is she not saying? Hold on, pause that.
It's boot camp.
Why did she not start with this recruit?
Because no drill sergeant around. That's why.
I hope the drill sergeant watches the video, finds her ass on the fleet, and smokes the shit out of her.
Just have his phone. Do you remember this?
I mean, the first one is the first to last thing out of your mouth is, "Sir, do you understand me? Sir, yes, sir. Bullshit, I can't hear you. Sir, yes, sir. Bullshit, I still can't." They always do that one every day. The first time you're yelling it again because it's never going to be good enough. Hey, but you know
That's-
that.
But you know what you can't say anymore? Sound off like you got a pair, because maybe you don't have a pair because you identify as a piece of cheese, and pieces of cheese don't have pairs.
As a head of lettuce.
Identify as a head of lettuce. Here we go.
And it's supposed to prepare you for the challenges that lie beyond.
We spent 5 days at Paris Island, where we saw different companies at various stages of training.
You will not run, you will walk. Get on the yellow footprints right now. I said, you will do what you.
And you just tell us about that guy? Damn, he's still there.
Yeah.
Holy shit, he doesn't age, man. What are they giving their drill instructors, bro? You saw him 50 years ago.
Yo, your phone's about to ring. Are you talking about me?
Oh, man, we're going to keep going.
You told to do, when you told to do it, and without question. Do you understand? Yes, sir.
On day 1 of boot camp, new recruits arrive at the receiving barracks, where they take their first steps toward becoming Marines by walking through these silver hatches, symbolizing the threshold.
Gunny, those are doors.
Yeah, those are doors, bro.
Yo, when you go to airborne school, whenever you go to airborne school, the senior NCO is in charge of your barracks. Our senior NCO on the barracks was a Marine. right? A real Marine. So, it was like he's running around barking out orders. The other Marines had to translate because we didn't understand Marine talk. Right? And he's talking about, talking about the decks, the overhead portals, hatches. Like, who is this guy?
That's because they always be eating crowns. Oh, what did he say? Oh, he said it's time for chow.
Yeah. Someone had to translate. We had turned to the youngest Marine. He was like, he wants you to sweep and mop the floors. He wants to make sure all the windows are closed and make sure the doors are secure. Okay. And then we all run off and do what we're supposed to do. It was always fascinating watching Marines talk to each other. They say something, and they all run off and go get the job done. It's just amazing. So, all right, well.
They marches, I'm like, what the hell is he? Just walk, left foot first.
Yeah, please, just keep in step, y'all. Keep in step. And we. So yeah, all right, we're gonna stop beating up on Gunny. We're gonna watch a little bit more of this.
This good shit.
Between the outside world and Paris Island.
You walk through these silver once and never again. You understand? Yes, sir.
Dude looks scary. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, at what point do you just
Once
say,
inside,
"Shit, I fucked
recruits
up"?
are processed and assigned to their platoons.
Put it up! Yes, ma'am! I know you were told us to come with your hands down! Put it up in a bun. I know!
Oh, you want something funny?
After graduation.
Yeah.
So they always single a couple guys out your first day or two and have the female drill instructors yell at you, because then you're just like, bitch, I could wipe you on the floor. I could just destroy you physically, but I have to stand here and take it. And then, it's a 5 foot tall woman. She's banging her, I'm not tall, but banging her hat into your chest and that voice. And you're just like,
hold on, stop. When you were like, she's 5 feet tall and she's just banging it.
Right. I'm scratching my head like maybe I should have joined the Corps. We didn't have that in the Army. We ain't had that in the Army.
I'm like, man, I want to be singled out.
What do I got to do to get singled out? No. Get him, Gunny. Oh my goodness.
He said, and she would just be banging it. And I was like, and my eyes was big. Oh.
I'm looking at Jay Swan's like, we definitely joined the wrong branch.
Yeah. I was sitting there like, keep talking. I'm almost there.
Almost there. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 3, 2, 1.
No.
Oh man, but yeah, that's so they would have the female drill instructors come up, talk crazy, and then the guys would come up later and get you.
oh yeah, but they would always single one or two guys out to have the female drill instructors go yell at them, because then you really don't know what's going on, because you're like, what's this thing? So
Right. And like Snuggles is really tons of questions from Snuggles 668. We're gonna be picking and choosing which questions. You got one up right here that I think is kind of funny. Out of all the branches, which do you all consider to have the best looking people? I'm gonna go with Air Force.
I'm gonna say Air Force or Navy.
Air Force, civilian job that wears a uniform.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
The best
And,
ones. Yeah.
and Air Force are smart people too. I ain't mad at them. I mean, they made the right choice. They made the right choice.
But our ASVAB scores are really good.
Weekends off at boot camp.
Yeah. Oh,
Can you dig that, man? Weekends off.
We'll get to that video later when I said how they wake up the Marines versus the Air Force.
Yeah, we're gonna watch a little bit more of this Marine Corps recruit video. Then we're gonna switch over to that. So check this out.
Marines commit to a minimum of 4 years of service. Upon entering the Corps, an entry-level private will.
Hey, Gunny, what's the difference between II and yes or no? Yes sir, no sir.
Nothing. I mean, II was more of when you had to respond to a direct question or a direct command versus when it's a platoon and then so sir, yes sir. Just everyone understand me, sir, yes sir. But if someone's if it was talking to you personally, you would usually say I sir.
Okay, so if I tell you to go man your position, go man your weapon, I sir. You know what I mean?
Sir, yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I would hear that and I just didn't know the difference. Like, is there a difference between II and yes?
But I mean, for boot camp, I mean, it's mainly sir, yes, sir.
Okay, that works out good.
Or sir, no, sir.
And with the female drill instructors, you still call them sir, or they call them ma'am?
Yeah, we called ma'am back in the day, but in this woke world, God knows what you have to call them.
And Miss Globe Girl, she's Navy. She's like, I means I understand. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So for us, I the equivalent would be what, Jay Swans? Clear Sergeant Airborne or something like that? Clear?
Roger. Like Roger.
Or Roger. Roger that.
So now, once you get out in the fleet, it's Roger that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Miss Globe Girl, for coming in there. Next time we're gonna get you on the panel. I'm definitely gonna get you on here so you can tell us about your 2 tours and what you did in the Navy, and we can discuss at what point did they take the butt cheek names off, because apparently Gunny don't want to believe that was a thing.
Well, you got to know who you're talking to. When you got them bent over, you got to be like, "Yes, Todd."
You ever notice he's fixated on gay sex a lot?
Hey, man. This is a brave new world, man. You can be whatever you want to be, man.
Maybe jumping out of a plane means something different to him.
Hey. He got you there, Jay Swans. He got you there.
Yes, Todd.
Because I would exit I would exit the aircraft and Jay Swans jumped out. So you're right. There's something there. And Crank One Barry's laughing, boy. He's like, I hate y'all. So y'all people are coming through. Appreciate out there for real, guys. Appreciate the interaction and everything. Let's continue with this video.
Earn around $20,000 a year.
Yes, sir. Aye, sir.
Recruits are required to make a phone call to a family member or their recruiter to let them know they've arrived.
Yep.
Mom, I fucked up. Get me out of here.
You have like 30 seconds.
Please do not send any food or bulky items.
They're only allowed to read the script printed for them inside the phone bank.
Are you for real?
I don't remember that. But
we had that shit printed out when I got there, just like that.
I mean, it could be. It's been a couple of years.
Chances to get someone on the line.
We didn't have that. I'm gonna tell you right now, we didn't have that.
We had that. They had like the thing there. You had to read it, and it was fucked up because I'm calling home, and mom is like, "Okay, love you. Be safe. Are you okay?" And don't look around, because I looked around. Them motherfuckers came over.
I love you. Be safe. Are you okay? The recruiter's not allowed to answer that question, ma'am. Click.
Click.
The drill sergeant was like, "Hang up the effing phone."
Love you. Bye. That's crazy. Miss Globe Girl. I don't think the butt name was a Marine thing. It was Miss Globe Girl. I saw Marines with their names on their butt. But okay. That was just Navy back when they wore dungarees on the ship. All right. So, hey, maybe I'm halfway correct. I thought I was seeing Marines with their name on their butt. Maybe they were Navy guys. I don't know.
Is a Navy name for a thong? What's that?
Oh. You see what I deal with, Gunny? Do you see what I deal with? I've been dealing with this since 1991 when he got to the unit.
No, I didn't get to the unit until 92.
You sure it was 92? All right, 1992. Now you got there in 91, bro. Yeah. When I rotated back home, you got to the unit thereafter. It wasn't 92 yet.
That's when everybody was trying to keep him going to jail.
Yeah, we had. Well, okay, we're not going to talk about that. Wait, we're not going to talk about that. I don't know if the military has that whole statute of limitations. Yeah. What happened to your man? But we will say that there were some weapons that were supposed to stay in the desert, the theater of operation, that didn't stay in the desert, that might have made it back.
Don't. We were told all of our shit was going to get searched prior to getting, leaving. It wasn't. And I had found a Russian sniper rifle. One of our buddies had a PKM. And we just threw them all away, and then we didn't get searched. Fuckers.
Bro. Okay, well, we can tell you this for a fact. In our unit, shit got searched, all right? So we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
They was looking at my shit. I'm like, I just got here.
Right.
Like, yo.
He never left stateside, and they're going through his shit with a fine-tooth comb. You know what I mean? For those of us who were coming back from the sandbox, yeah, our shit got searched. You know what I mean? But Crunk One Bear, remember this? You get 10 seconds to make a phone call. We didn't really get access until after basic. Like after basic training, when we started getting passes, we had to do that on our own time. There was never any duty time to make any phone calls when I went through. Did you get any duty time to make calls there, Gunny?
But on your first day in MEPS, in receiving, yeah, it's exactly that. You walk up to the phone. I don't remember there being a script, but there might have. But you had like 15 or 30 seconds to call home, say you're safe, love you, and goodbye.
And they make you call somebody. If nobody
Yeah,
answers your phone,
So you mean, you're calling. You just call home.
Right. And then Snuggles was asking about the Marine Corps and the Navy. Yeah, the Marine Corps is under the Department of Navy. But yeah, they're definitely different entities, especially when you figure that out quick when it's time to start shooting, because Navy people can't shoot shit. All right, but the Marines, Marines can shoot.
Well, that's because the Navy guys are used to catching.
See,
going back, going to gay, right to gay,
just right to it.
Right.
I see what you mean. Gunny might be on to something, Jay Swans. Gunny might be on to something.
I'm saying.
It's like right to it.
Wait, dungarees are wide leg blue jeans.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what they wore. They did. And the Marine Corps, you guys didn't get issued dungarees, did you? You just had BDUs or whatever. You had battle dress stuff.
Yeah,
the Marine guys wear the dungarees.
I'm gonna say no.
Or that Gilligan's Island hat.
See, there's only Navy person is in the chat, so they can't really defend themselves.
And Miss Globe Girl's hanging in there. She's doing a good job. I got to tip my hat to her. She's hanging in there. I'm definitely get on the panel. Sorry. So we didn't get to make those calls.
He's not answering, sir. Call him again.
They hear them yelling at you in the background
Not
too.
every recruit is able to make a connection.
If there is no answer, hang it up and close it.
Oh, okay, he's gonna get smoked because there ain't nobody home.
Nobody loves you.
But they won't have long to dwell on it. The Marine Corps Recruit Depot in Paris Island sits on 8,000 acres of the South Carolina Low Country. It's one of two recruit depots in the United States. The other is in San Diego.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump ahead, man, to one of my favorite things in the United States military, and there it is.
Around 5 minutes,
gas chamber.
The recruits are
gas chamber, baby.
Wave your arms.
Yeah, wave
your arms.
Do not rub your eyes. All right, do not rub your eyes. If you encounter some CS gas or some sort of irritant, people, do not rub your eyes. I hope you didn't shave.
If you encounter CS, rub your eyes. It helps clear them out.
Yeah, just rub it all in there.
Rub your eyes and then scratch your penis.
Yeah, then scratch your penis. Yeah, there it is.
Yo, we got a story about that shit with Blair. Talking about.
Oh no, we can't. That's Patreon. That's Patreon right there. That is adult content, 100%. I know for a fact that YouTube will frown on that story. So, what you got there, Airborne?
Just know that we have a cure for STD.
Yeah, and Miss Globe Girl, I don't care what y'all say about the Navy. I know y'all love us. It's all jokes when it's fellow service members or fellow vets, and that's 100%. Yeah, I appreciate your service. Your service is just as good as mine. You swore to serve and protect the Constitution just like we did. You got deployed just like some of us did. Yeah, you know what I mean? You told the line, Miss Globe Girl. So absolutely, I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody say. I look at you. You are in a special category, especially as an American in America. You know what time it is. So yeah, but y'all had y'all names on y'all butt.
You're getting James all hot and steamy.
Yeah, Jay Swan's over there. He's all ready to go.
Yo, man, like I said, that's how you know. That's how you know what you're doing.
Better hide that dog.
Hide that dog. Hide that hole in the wall. Whatever it is, if he can find an angle on it, he's all about it.
That's Marines. They'll fucking wet knot the fence, boy.
Real. They can get an angle on it. It's a problem.
But don't waste that Coke can. Don't waste that.
Something is wrong with Jay Swans, y'all. So,
oh my God.
This is the gas chamber. They make you go in there so you can get used to this. Chemical warfare is still a thing even today. And this is the worst day of training, in my opinion. I don't know about y'all, but this was the absolute worst day of training.
Awful.
Yeah, it was brutal.
You say god awful.
I want to laugh about it, but nah, that was brutal, bro.
Oh, so here we go. We're gonna continue.
Let's see who gets the snot bubble.
Look at that man. Look at that man.
Snot bubble.
There it goes.
Oh!
Thank God for fresh air.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
really nice to be able to breathe
Snot
in
bubble.
and not feel an instant burning sensation.
Gas chamber
Your
is
eyes.
important because it builds confidence. Confidence in the gear, confidence in the drill instructors, and then confidence in themselves.
That drill sergeant's like 14 years old.
Yo, and people, when you go into that gas chamber, you're like, oh, it's cool. You're in there. They're making you do stuff. You're looking around like, this isn't that bad. You can't smell nothing. You can't see anything. Why? It's a gas, right? They make you take that mask off. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Bruh.
Yeah, we had to do take the gas mask off, put it back on, set it back up. Not a big deal. Then it was take your gas mask off, turn to the right, put your arm on the guy's shoulder in front of you, and then they would walk out. So if you're like the last one in, you're fucked. You got to be able to hold your breath for like a minute and a half while you're just choking for air.
Yeah.
They had us break the seal and take a breath and then put the mask back on. And I remember thinking, oh, I don't smell nothing, and took that breath, and my lungs did like this.
That's kind of a contraindicator, isn't it?
Yeah. And it gives you instant respect for chemical warfare. Instant. Like, bro, instant respect. Like, and Snuggle 668 was asking about the name, and all jokes aside, I think the Navy was doing that for ways to identify bodies. So you have, you got your name on the lower torso, name on your top torso. You have your identification tags on your body at some point. We kept ours around our waist and in our pockets, cargo pockets, because we jumped. We didn't want that to get in the way and get caught up. And then we also had one of our ID tags in our boot, our left boot. So when you get blown apart, you can at least identify some of the parts
And if you're real
of the bodies.
if you're hardcore, right before you die, you put one in your mouth.
Well, someone will do it for you.
That's how hardcore you got to be.
Yeah, please save me the work. Like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna put this in my mouth for you because I know it's over for me. But
Back
and
to
then
stuff in the mouth again, huh, James?
That Navy shit got me all worked up.
I see. And then and Snuggles was asking about the purpose of the gas chamber. We already touched on that. It's to give you a healthy respect of modern warfare. You want to respect that because you're somewhere, and when people just start passing out, boils and stuff start, like blisters and all that start appearing on their skin. You got a problem. You know what that is, and you want to take that seriously. If someone says when you hear that clink, 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 gas, gas, gas. Oh, you know what time it is.
Hey, bro, I tell you, after the gas chamber, when we was training on that stuff, look, after you've done that one time, you felt that gas, you be putting that mask on quick as hell, boy.
Quick as hell.
You don't want no part. They could be throwing smoke at you. You'd be like, oh, hell.
Yeah, so it looks like Gunny's got to go. You got to get going, brother?
No, I can drive and do this.
Okay, that'll be cool.
I coach a rugby team up here in Ocala, and our practice got moved up to 6, not 6:30.
Don't be telling these people where you are. They'll come see you. But he got his drawers up there. What's he doing?
Yeah, he'll chime back in there. Snuggle 668 wants to know, what does the gas do to a human body? Depends on the type of chemical agent. They're designed to do different things. The gas we're talking about here, CS gas, is pretty much what law enforcement uses and stuff like that. It's an irritant. It's designed to irritate you, to make it hard for you to see. It's going to make your eyes water. It's going to make you choke. It's a choking agent. It does all that sort of stuff. So
if you have allergies and you're congested, that's to clear you right out.
Yeah, to clear you right out. It'll get all that out of you. So, CS gas is not designed to kill, but there are agents out there that will kill you, blood agents, blister agents and stuff like that. We get detailed training on this sort of thing. So yeah, that's very nasty business. So this is another reason why we have so much respect for each other, because this is what we signed up for. And we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into, but we still did it. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. But yeah, that's what it's about. Wonderful 34. What up, peoples? DL Panel and Joe's. What's good? Welcome. Thanks for coming through. We're sitting here. We got Gunny up in the house. We got Jay Swans in the house and myself. We were just reviewing a military training video of the Marine Corps. And this is at the
coming out of the gas chamber. So we'll continue with that. And here we go. Pugil sticks. Trained in different styles of hand-to-hand combat.
And Navy guys, you fight with those.
They look like giant Q-tips. No, you fight with those.
A key aspect
Look
of
like
martial
giant
arts
Q-tips.
training is fighting with bugle sticks.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We
Okay,
got
good.
you. Oh, get some, baby. Yeah.
The bugle
Man, I
stick
tried to kill
techniques
somebody,
are
but I
intended to
couldn't wait.
mirror those used in combat while using a bayonet.
Ah, yeah.
Here in the Marine Corps, we have a kind of a little ditty that means red is dead.
I couldn't wait.
Woo.
The red side is supposed to
I was so sick of them guys.
emulate the actual knife portion of the actual bayonet mounted on the weapon.
We're just gonna let it play without any sound. Look at that. Like they ain't even thinking about. Oh, it was a slice right there. All right, red is dead. They're just trying to beat each other.
Because you're so sick of seeing these same clowns. Man, you're just ready to fight. There's always one guy everybody wants.
Yeah.
And they just can't wait to get him.
Yeah.
Man, I was pumped up. They were like, was it bayonet training? Man, I was pumped up for that. I couldn't wait. We had a couple guys throw the bayonets down, start fighting.
And speaking of bayonet training, there it is right there.
Yep.
I remember that, man. They had us in formations in basic and at Fort Dix. What makes the grass grow green? Blood. Whose blood? Yeah, whose blood? Anybody's.
Blood.
You said that. We said anybody's. Look at that kid. Look like he's 12.
I was gonna say, what is that? You getting the rubber ducky?
That might have been a female.
Oh, there it is. It's bigger than her.
Bigger than her. Miss AKA ladies in the house. What's good, Miss AKA lady? Now, Miss Globe Girl has some reinforcements. She's been holding it down. We've been just getting crazy in here, talking some military stuff. Now here's it.
They get everybody ACOGs? Crazy.
Hey, Gunny, did you guys get that when you were in? We might have lost Gunny.
Yeah, not ACOGs though. They probably didn't get ACOGs, man. That's relatively new. You know what I
Right.
mean?
So in military, like when it comes to marksmanship in the Marine Corps, all jokes aside,
Yeah, they
Marines can shoot. Period.
Yeah.
Marines can shoot.
I can't even joke about that.
That's true.
Yeah, they can shoot.
So Gunny, when you went through, how important was marksmanship
Hold on. Pause.
in Marine training?
Was that dude in his drawers standing there trying to get in the pool?
I don't think so.
What the hell was that? Wait, hold on. Pause. Pause right there.
Nah, he's got on those little Navy shorts.
You got the little booty shorts.
Yeah, he's got a little Navy booty shorts.
The little booty
Yeah.
shorts.
Yeah, he's got those Navy SEAL shorts on, and he's absolutely right. Miss Globe Girl, those guys have names on their butt, so maybe DL was right. See, she was looking at them. They had names on their booty, trying to tell y'all.
Just didn't want to admit it.
Yeah, Gunny just didn't want to tell nobody.
Hell no, I have no name on no butt.
I don't remember it.
I'm sure you don't. It was traumatic.
Stick to that, Gunny. I would stick to that. It didn't happen if you don't remember it. All right, that's just
James Wake.
See, you can't even crack a joke because your screen froze.
yeah, screen froze. And Miss Globe was saying that's the diver short. Navy people got to swim. Yeah, I mean Marines borrow the diver shorts over there.
Them shorts are tight as hell. I bet you if he fart, he make a bubble.
Hey, bro, for sure. Viking Paradigms in the house. What's good, brother Viking? How you doing? All right, supported from the class. Salute to you, brother. For real, this is how we get down, man. You talking to some old warriors here, just having warrior talk. We got Jay Swans here. We got Gunny in the house. Also from the chat, Miss Globe Girl representing the Navy. You know what I'm saying? Doing what she got to do and holding her own. I got to give it to you. Salute to you, Miss Globe Girl, holding your own.
This is all how we be talking all the time.
All day, every day. We've already gone an hour and 15 minutes, and we haven't even really gotten into the next video. So I just wanted to go over this part right here, and we got Gunny back with us. I mean, he's going to be in and out because he's driving, but this part, Army don't have to deal with this, except for the Rangers.
I'm gonna say you did that on Rick. Man. They put you in the pool, bro. They put you in the lake.
Swim week. recruits go through numerous exercises in the pool while wearing their camouflage uniforms.
Ms. Globe Girl, is this something that y'all do in the Navy as well? I'm
Parris
curious.
Island isn't all physical. Recruits also spend long hours in the classroom.
Oh, that's PR right there. Yeah, I ain't learning nothing. Just how many bodies to stack up between that 5.56 and the 7.62. You're learning that.
That's rest. Classroom was rest time.
Yeah. And that's then this your rest time in the classroom. Okay, you get a break. Now you're out there. Here's your break. You want to get back into the classroom? Oh.
Get in my pit. Get in my pit.
Get in my pit. Get all nice and grimy.
Everything in the Marine Corps in boot camp is the DIs. It's my pit. It's my barracks. It's my parade ground.
It's my core. I'm pretty sure it's my core. What are you doing to my beloved core?
Oh, we had a guy in boot camp have a Marine Corps tattoo already. Holy shit. Did he?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
Dumb.
That was dumb. And then the Marine Corps does what's called the Crucible. I don't think they had this when you were in, Gunny. Are you familiar with the Crucible?
I am familiar with it, but not. They didn't do it when I was in. That was added later.
That was added later. We'll watch this part, this little segment, and then we'll jump over to some other things. Miss Globe Girl is saying, yes, swim week is a must in the Navy. And Snuggles was asking, do the people in the Army know how to swim? Yeah, it's not required unless you're a Ranger. Rangers have to go through that portion of training, but the rest of the Army does not.
You can do a water jump.
Yeah. Water jump, for real. So I'm gonna put the sound on. We're gonna watch this Crucible part, which I think is pretty cool. This is the final test of their Marine Corps boot training. I think once they complete the Crucible successfully, okay, and then they become a Marine. So let's check this out.
Recruit training culminates.
Hey, way too bunched up there, Gunny.
As the Crucible.
Oh yeah.
Over the course of 54 hours, with minimal sleep and food, recruits must endure realistic combat scenarios. The sounds of gunfire and shelling are played over loudspeakers mounted in the training area.
So when Gunny went through and when I went through a couple years later, they actually fired over our heads. There was no speakers. It was people mounted. It was an M60 that was fired over our heads. What did they use over you guys' head there, Gunny? Oh, we lost Gunny. I'm pretty sure it was the same thing for him. So we'll
because the crazy part was they had the M60s. They had them on those mounts, and they they swivel them back and forth. And then there was that berm that was in the back of the target area, and the rounds would skip up. So it would look way worse than it was. The tracers would skip up. You'd be like, "Oh shit!"
Right.
This is real.
And that's what they did with you guys too, Gunny. They probably used a 60 or something like that.
Yeah, machine gun, M60 machine gun. Spraying back and forth. If you can hear me. I'm sorry. I get shitty reception when I leave my house for like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's up there in the sticks where y'all live at, man. But we'll continue.
Yeah, it is the sticks.
Recruits are forced
James
to
sticks
work
out
together.
Up here.
Yeah.
To overcome obstacles and achieve objectives that require problem solving and strategy.
You gotta start all over.
Start all over. Oh, you want to hear that?
No, that whole thing is, and all that training, they make you think when you're tired to simulate
This is what we saw
stress of combat.
on the second day. The recruits had become exhausted and irritable.
Catch us ready! Ready! Jump it! Jump away!
Really?
You're not even
That's
jumping.
nice.
Look, they getting mad as hell. Somebody's getting a blanket party.
You go through a really rough time. You start thinking, man, like, it's hot, I'm thirsty, my arms haven't felt this bad in my whole life.
We're halfway there, come on.
You just keep looking at the person to the left and right, and you're like, well, he's doing it, I gotta keep going.
Oh, that's real talk.
Do it on his own.
Come on.
So
And what that young Marine just said right there is that is it. That is it. That's why we did what we did. That's why we to this day. Jay Swans ain't gonna be able to do something by himself. I'm gonna be there with him. If it's important, I'm gonna be there with him. I don't care. And if I feel tired, I feel this sucks, I can't handle this shit no more, and I look over and he's still doing it, well, I'm gonna shut up and just get it done.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Same thing with Gunny. I ain't never met Gunny in person, but if we got to go somewhere and we got to go handle some business, if he's there dealing with the suck, just like I'm dealing with the suck, I ain't got nothing to say. We just going to get it done. And that was for Snuggle 668 because they were asking earlier. You were asking, what do we take away from the military that we translate into our everyday life? That's one of the big things right there. We don't fucking quit. When shit get hard, we get going.
Yeah, and I learned that I don't like to lose. I have a real problem with that. Like it's a serious situation. Y'all think we're playing? You think I'm playing about that? Nah, it's on another level. You know, that's how I got through RIP. Was you know, you can't do this. You shouldn't even be here. Oh, really? Okay.
Right.
Hold my beer.
Challenge accepted. Not just challenge accepted. Like, yeah, but I'm gonna sit here. Like, he was in RIP getting smoked, and he was making fun of the guy trying to smoke him.
There you go. Yep.
That's that David Goggins shit. I realize now it's called taking souls. You got to make them dudes think about you when they go home at night and they get ready to get something from their wife. You want the last thing on their mind to be like, that goddamn Swanson. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I got to go deal with this guy tomorrow. Absolutely.
His ass tomorrow.
And Snuggle 668 is asking, do you think these combat scenarios can be reenacted in the street wars? Here's the thing about combat scenarios and training and stuff like that. You cannot accurately, duplicate a firefight. You just can't do it.
Nope.
You just can't do it. I don't care what type of munitions you got. You got training rounds, you got laser beams, you got all this kind of stuff, plastic bullets, blah, blah, blah. You cannot simulate what really goes down when rounds start coming at you when you are downrange. You can't simulate the guy next to you having his head explode. You can't simulate that.
Somebody gets hit.
Someone gets hit. When you hear someone get hit, when you hear the screams, you have no idea what a human can sound like when they get an arm or something blown off or a big hole in their body. You can't simulate that.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And when it happens, you still got to push forward. Right? If Jay Swans loses a leg or if Gunny loses a leg and the mission's not accomplished, I got to go accomplish the mission before I come back and check on them.
That's right.
So it's mission first. So for people out there asking questions, I'm glad you guys are asking questions, but you got to put yourself in the mindset of a soldier. You can't duplicate a firefight. It cannot be done. Yeah. You have to experience it. But the training, you want the most realistic training possible. So like the discomfort and all that, the fatigue and all that, yeah.
And that's
you know what I mean?
And that's the muscle memory.
Yeah. The muscle memory. Yes.
Muscle memory. Day before the ground war in the first Gulf War kicked off, our first sergeant went around to every vehicle, because by then we were all separated in our vehicles. He got everyone together and said, listen, he goes, nothing can get you ready for combat. He goes, when combat starts, you're not fighting for God, you're not fighting for country, you're not fighting for Corps. You're fighting for the guy next to you and the guy next to him. And he goes, and some of you are going to want to turn and run. That makes you the smartest guys here. He goes, but guess what? Your training is going to take over, your muscle memory is going to take over, and you don't want to let your buddies down, so you're not going to run. He goes, you're going to want to, but then everyone should want to run because no one should want to be in harm's way. Most realistic talk I ever had someone give me.
That's legit. Yeah.
That's 100% correct. That you can't sum it up any better. And we talked about that, right? Yeah. Fear is real. Fear keeps you alive. Is knowing what to do with that fear and knowing how to push forward and do your mission despite the fear.
Yeah, and it's all about your buddy, all about the guy next to you. You know what I mean? Like the last thing, because you live with these people, you train with these people, you become like family, you become tight. When you realize that the guy next to you, his whole purpose in life is to keep you alive, you start thinking a little differently about him. And the last thing you want to do is have to go home and explain to somebody's parents how their kid didn't come home. But
that's right.
But you did, but there you are. Yeah. So yeah, for anybody watching this, these people who are non-military and stuff like that, when you thank you for your service, I don't think y'all really understand what you were thanking those people for. When I thank Miss Globe Girl for her service, I understand what she sacrificed, even though she was in the Navy. I understand what she sacrificed.
And there it is, the shot. But I got love for her. Go ahead.
No, but to your point, and I don't know whoever said it first, but joining the military is writing the blank check to the government with your name on it, saying, if you have to cash this in, you have to cash this in. Yeah. Because that's what you're doing when you're doing the military. You're writing a blank check that is your life.
And you don't know how it's going to turn out. I enlisted. I didn't know I was going to go to war. I didn't have to go, but I went. Right. We didn't know we were going to go to war. Miss Globe Girl didn't know she was going to do 2 tours in some faraway land, right? Going into combat twice. A lot can happen. And here's the thing. Wars doesn't bother me as much as just training. And I've said this before on this platform. At Fort Bragg, North Carolina, if we could go 82 days without someone dying during peacetime, we would get a holiday. We got time off.
Yeah.
And Jay Swans and I sat down and tried to figure it out. Like, well, how many days off did we actually get in the 3 years plus that we were there? I came up with like one.
Once, or I'll say, because I spent more time there, and I want to say maybe once or twice. So,
and Jay Swans was there long. I was there 3 years. I'm gonna say, I want to say one I can absolutely remember, maybe twice in the 3 years that I was there.
I think one happened one time when we were on a rotation. We were deployed. I think one happened.
Okay, so we just missed it, but it happened. Okay. And William Stewart, my son is graduating the Navy come August. He called and said he's conditioning. His conditioning is easy. Salute, fellas. Fresh and Fit Dallas in the building. Fresh and Fit Dallas Cornerstones in the building. What's up? That's what's up. You know what I mean? Salute to your family member who serves, and big ups to anybody who serves. Anybody who raised that right hand and take that oath. Like Gunny says, you're writing that blank check.
Except
you know what I mean?
Except Space Force.
I don't know it.
Shit.
I don't know what the hell they do, bro.
Okay. I don't count the Space Force at all. All right, I'm sorry.
I don't know what the hell they do. We might be joking about Space Force, but when the Martians invade, we might be happy they up there. I don't know what the hell they doing.
Space Force do this
They
like,
might be training Area 51 on spaceships, and we don't know that shit yet.
We don't know that shit. Big Star Blazers could be going up there. The Starship Troopers could really be going on right now. And there's Space Force up there taking care of it.
Like, that's right. And I got this carpal tunnel for my country.
You know what I mean? Like, who knows? And then Snuggles was asking, what does a day off look like in the middle of the desert? For me, it meant a day of just relaxing and not having to be out there sweating my ass off. You know what I mean? Or pulling guard duty in the middle of the night. Yeah, I got to sit down and read a book. It felt good to have a day off, and it really wasn't a whole day. It might have been like 12 hours, like 12 hours.
They still had shit for you to do because I got to keep you disciplined.
Got to keep you disciplined. So there's no real time off in a combat environment, Snuggles. No real time off at all.
No.
So, especially in combat, because you don't know where it's coming or where it's coming from. You know what I mean? Like I said, we had to deal with Scuds. How many Scud attacks did y'all have to deal with there, Gunny? Did you get any?
No, they weren't gonna waste a Scud on a spread out regiment. That'd be dumb. I mean, they want to hit a building. They want to hit civilians. Yeah. The only thing we ever there was a Scud that fell short, and it was still probably 30 miles from us. But they were worried it was biological or a chemical, so we had to go into full mop gear. This was before the actual ground war started. The funny thing about mop gear was all of our mop gear was jungle. So we wore desert camouflage until the day of the war, and we put on green mop suits. Oh, for those who don't know, mop suits are chemical weapon protection suits. They're charcoal-lined suits. They actually kept it really warm because it was cold.
Yeah, charcoal-lined rubber suits. And boy, oh boy,
that were green. That were cami green, not desert green, not desert sand.
Right, they were green, and it was very uncomfortable.
Yep.
I must have sweat 50 pounds of sweat in them damn things, man. They were very uncomfortable. And it's funny. That's kind of cool that I'm talking to Gunny because he got the same experimental anthrax shots that I got. So we got all kind of stuff swimming around in our body.
Yep. you know the shots we got covered COVID.
I didn't know that, but I figured it probably did.
It wasn't COVID-19 or whatever the scam-demic they were coming up with
at the time,
which we won't go into. But another time.
Another time we'll bring that up. But it was for that line, that COVID line, because it all comes from the same source.
I just when I got there, they gave me a ton of shots, and I was like, "What is this?"
We carried the Tupan chloride and a couple of the other auto injector shots in case you got or thought you got hit with chemical or biological weapons.
Yeah, because you had the volume shot we had to sign for, so you had that, and there was a couple other shots too, and I forget what they were.
One was Tupan chloride.
Yes.
And I forget. I mean, and of course, then they show you on the big piece of like plywood how fast this needle's going to plow through your skin, and you're like, "Well, that looks like it's going to hurt a lot."
A lot. They're like, make sure you hit yourself in the buttocks. I'm pretty sure that Jay Swans would love that.
Yeah, in the buttocks.
I told you before, if we're playing baseball, trust me, I'm pitching.
Well, you got to pitch to yourself on this one,
you're
brother.
not Mike Piazza. You're Mike Piazza.
You say, oh, and then last question for Snuggles is like, did you work 12 on, 12 off? There's no such thing as 12 on, 12 off in the war. You're in it.
And then you work again?
You're in it. You're in it. When you are downrange, you are in it. It is 24/7, right? 365. Yeah. You're in it. Ain't no such thing as, oh, we're going to call timeout and go over here into the safe zone. Nah, bro, they'll blow that up too. So there was no time off.
My shift is over.
I'll be at Starbucks.
Yeah, I'll be at Starbucks. Because here's the thing. When you're in a combat zone, this can happen anytime.
Get some.
Anytime. Whether you on break or not, when they start firing, they're firing. So that's how it works. It's 24/7, 365. We're in the combat zone. There's no time off. Just so you know.
Yeah, you're at 75% or 50-50 at night. Because like the first day of the ground war, we went way farther than we were supposed to, like everyone did. So they stopped us. So it was nighttime, and we could still hear artillery going off, but we went to 50-50, which means there was 4 of us in a fighting position. 2 guys can go to sleep, 2 guys stay awake. And after a couple hours, you swap it out. So everyone tried to get a little sleep. With light discipline, so you couldn't, no flashlight, and the smokers couldn't smoke their cigarettes.
Right. Because and people don't realize how dark it can get in the desert. You know what I mean? No moon, cloud cover. And we had that early generation NVG stuff, which was just garbage. The batteries didn't last for nothing. PSL. You're just in the dark, right? So you find people through the other senses. You listen for them. You're looking to see if they're not good on their light distance. You can smell them. Like you can smell things coming at you. Yep. You know what I mean? So I guess it's a whole nother kind of thing when you're out there, you know what I mean, doing that whole warfare.
It's real dark for real.
Bro, you're kind of dark, Jay Swans. You're kind of dark.
Come up this way. It gets dark as hell up here, boy.
Dark as hell. So
it does.
Does it really?
Oh yeah.
Yo, man, we first got here. I was like, damn, it's dark as hell up here.
Like some scary dark right here. Like
it's like Pollard.
You're a racist, James.
He can't help it.
It's like Pollard.
Oh yeah, brother Pollard, man. I'm telling you what. So here we go. We're gonna do this and then we'll wrap it up because we're gonna do this and then we'll do one more quick video and then we'll wrap it up because we're having so much fun. I'm looking at the time, man. It's been an hour and a half, and we're just over here talking crazy. Yeah, having a good time. And just a couple more real quick chats. Brother William, have you discussed the recent assault weapons ban being proposed? We haven't talked about it. It got through the House. I don't think it's going to get through the Senate. It's like anything else is going to go down. All they're doing is allowing people to pay more for AK-47s. My personal opinion. Hey, what's your thoughts on that, Gunny? And then you, Jay Swans.
Yeah, I saw that pass through the House. I don't think it goes to the Senate. And again, I'm trying to be politically correct here.
I don't know why.
Okay, then the leftist cowards who don't know what an assault weapon is, and they think AR means assault weapon or assault rifle, which it doesn't. And the fact I already own mine, so you're not getting them.
Right. Right. It's not. There's no way. And Jay Swans, what's your take on it?
I don't think it's going to pass the Senate. I mean, they're throwing everything up there. Like you said, I think it's just a route just to make us pay more money for ammo and guns. Yep. I mean, that's all it is. And so, I mean, and it's funny to me because people, they stress about these ARs, but an M1A, has a 20-round magazine and the bullet is twice as large and will go through way more. Yeah. But nobody worries about those because there's not a pistol grip on them.
Right. Exactly. I can knock your engine out of your car with this rifle behind me. And you worried about an AR?
In 2021, pistols still made the majority of the murder weapon. Yeah. Way like 8 times more than any AR or AK or semi-automatic rifle.
Because they're easy to
conceal. Because they look scary. They want to ban them.
Yeah, they look military-ish.
Yeah. And
it's a weapon of war.
It is, and so is a knife. You know what I mean? So it's, you know what I mean? So it's a tomahawk, right? I mean, it is what it is. I get it. You know what I mean? The sheeple are out there. They're scared. They want something done. That's fine. They don't want to do anything real.
Here, I saw it right here. I saw it right here. You want to stop mass shootings? Here you go, America. Here you go. Come here. Shh, come here. Let daddy talk to you. Spank your kids.
Damn, there it is.
Spank the little fuckers.
Yeah.
There it is.
Discipline your children. Tell them no. Okay.
Stop coddling your kids.
Exactly. Not everybody gets a trophy. Sometimes they got to lose. Learn how to lose gracefully. I don't know how to lose gracefully because I don't lose. But for regular people, learn how to lose gracefully.
You know what I'd like to see? I don't know if there's a study done on this or anything like that, but I would probably say if someone backed it with data, that the video games that kids play desensitize them to what violence really is. They have no idea.
Yeah.
You know,
video games and movies, absolutely. Video games and movies, they desensitize kids. They don't like these young kids who get these weapons and they go and do these things. They have no idea what they're really doing. I think their brain hasn't developed to the point they can't correlate the two things.
You know
and
why?
Why?
Because you won't let your kids go outside past the corner so they can play. And because when your kid does bad shit, you negotiate with them. That's part of the problem. Spank their ass. Spank them. Sorry.
But parents are trying to be friends instead of being parents.
Exactly.
Yeah. And this is what we get.
Friend, you're my fucking child.
My kids are grown, and I tell them all the time, I'm not your friend. I'm your dad.
I'm your dad. I'm your parent. And like you look at the last incident, the young man, Elijah young man, the Good Samaritan who stopped that active shooter in Indy, right?
40-yard shot.
Insane. What a Glock.
And you know what? He had a girlfriend. You little boys.
But here's the thing. The active shooter, as soon as this young man engaged him, stopped what he was doing and was trying to get away. That tells me right there they have no desire to die. So they really don't understand what they are doing. Now, am I saying is that an excuse for this active shooter? No, he got what he's supposed to get. Yeah. But had he gotten spanked.
Did he die?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He got what he was supposed to get.
He got killed dead.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely dead. Yeah, 8 out of 10 rounds, bro, with a Glock. I mean, we're gonna go. Oh, hey, for real, Gunny, Jay Swans and I are gonna go to the range and try to recreate that shot. Man, you got to come with us.
40 yards, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
8 out of 10 rounds in 15 seconds with a Glock, and we're gonna use all the Glocks because between us we got all of them. So we're gonna see. It doesn't matter which one he used.
I don't own one.
Gucci guns. He got like Gucci stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Little hoity-toity.
Oh my goodness. So let me catch up with these chats, brother Oak. That's a mighty fine firearm you got there, boy. What nice. That's pretty little gun you got there.
It could have been worse. I don't know what he was pulling out. I was nervous.
Yeah,
that's my Smith and Wesson.
Mine are all basic like this, all black. You know what I mean? Here you go. Mine are all basic. 38 special. Yeah. Like I said, some of us are lighter and some of us are darker. I'm just saying.
You guys are so violent.
So and people, I tell folks all the time, if you're not concealed carry, if you don't have your license, you're not concealed carrying. What's wrong with you? Every American, in my opinion, should have a weapon, at least a shotgun in your home. If you don't, what's wrong with you?
That weapon.
I got that Benelli M4 sitting at home.
But hey, everybody should carry. But everybody should train with that weapon. Learn how to use
absolutely.
it.
Train. Women should not carry in their purse. That's stupid.
That is stupid. Keep it on your person. Keep it out of your purse. Men, if you are carrying concealed weapons, get a holster. Men, get a holster.
Hold up.
Get a holster.
You guys are being, inappropriate right now because
right now we are, bro. Really?
Not only women carry purses now. Okay, this is new America. Sometimes men carry purses or boys. I've seen videos of LeBron James carrying a purse.
Look, Jay Swan. Look, James. Jay Swans. Leave Lieutenant Burrow alone. If Lieutenant Burrow wants to run around with his little boy bag, that is fine.
Lieutenant Burrow was a satchel. He said Indiana Jones.
Running around with his little boy bag, that's fine.
European carry-all.
Right. And for those of you who do carry revolvers, get you a speed loader. Right? Get you a speed loader, train. Don't have all those loose bullets floating around in your pockets or whatever, falling out of your pockets. Be responsible. Go out there, do some real training. So we're gonna come off of that for a second. That's another episode.
Man, for all you guys right now that are watching this video, getting upset because we're talking about your Merce, your man Merce. You can kick rocks.
Yeah, I don't care.
Hey,
you can go on somewhere with your little boy bag.
And ladies, if you go to meet a guy on a date and his purse is bigger than yours, that's not the guy for you.
Hey, it might be. Y'all might be made for each other. I don't know. I don't get into that sort of thing. That's another conversation. But brother O, all the way from South Africa, a bit late, but glad to hear you're discussing your time as a soldier as I work on a project. That's a young brother in South Africa trying to make it happen. Shout out to you, brother. Thanks for coming through. Miss Globe Girl. And now cartoons also desensitized them. Have y'all seen the cartoon channel? Yeah, they get pretty wild with the anime.
I used to watch Tom and Jerry. That was the most violent shit ever.
Yeah, but it was a different type of. It's not like they're dropping an anvil on each other. Like they're using weapons. Like this anime stuff is getting out. I mean, it's just as violent. Anime, it mirrors the gaming world. So it's really violent and really over sexualized too for these young men who are weird and don't know how to talk to the opposite sex. This is
social graces.
None. So this is kind of weird.
I go back to my statement earlier. Spank your damn kids.
You get no argument here, bro.
Nope.
You get no argument here, bro. And Ms. Globe Girl was saying they're cowards. They absolutely are. We talking about active shooters. Don't just get a weapon. Train with that weapon is what Jay Swans was saying. Absolutely. And Brother Williams said he has a Springfield 45 ACP XD. You know what I mean?
So what's he got? Like 6 rounds, 7 rounds?
Hey, listen, man. I don't. You know me. I'm not a fan. I love the way it looks, but I can't carry a 1911, bro.
It's not enough rounds, bro.
Yeah, and I carry extra. So even with I got the Glock 36, which is a 45 caliber, 6 rounds in the mag, 1 in the chamber. I always carry an extra magazine, but still, you know what I mean.
And I was
always carry extra magazine. That's right.
Yeah, and the extra magazine is not for extra ammo. It's for if you have a situation where your magazine fails, all right, and you need to reload quickly. And a lot of people are like, well, I got enough ammo. I got a Glock 19 that's got, what does that thing have, 17 rounds in it? And I still carry an extra mag. And trust me, if I have to go to an extra mag because I'm running out of ammo because that firefight is so hot, I should not have brought my ass to Publix that day.
Exactly. You're in the wrong place. Your firearm is just to get you out of trouble. It's not to sustain yourself in a firefight. I'm not bringing pistols to a firefight. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind, y'all. Keep that in mind.
If I'm somewhere where I think I need more than, probably 5 or 6 rounds or 10 rounds, I'm taking the AK. You know what I'm saying?
Or I'm not going. How about that?
We got to go, man, because that's where the best chicken is and the best ribs and shit.
Oh, man. Here we go, Gunny's about to get racist.
I do like to get some ribs.
Hey, man, I'm just saying that's what the best rib spots when you cruise by and they smoking it outside. You know what I mean? Oh shit! Come on, bro.
All I'm saying, fellas, if we
an episode from In Heat of the Night.
What episode?
Any episode of In the Heat of the Night.
I've seen a couple of them.
Is that what the Archie Bunker dude?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a good show.
Oh, he said
that was a very good show.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
That was a good show. And Brother William got 14 rounds for his. That's good. You know what I mean?
Good. Make sure you have an extra magazine though, because when that magazine fails, it's gonna be a situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Jay Swan's people's in the house. Don 007, man, that's fam. That's your fam over there. Tell him about the onion bell, Jay Swan. If you know, you know. I don't know anything about that.
About no onion bell, bro. That might be a South Jersey thing.
Yeah, to that guy. Yeah, that's what that is.
Hey, bro, you know what else they got in the hood? Andy's fries. Come on, bro. The Andy's fries are delicious. Y'all don't know because y'all know.
Listen good. If you're talking about going somewhere and we're bringing out the ARs and the AKs and you got a sand table in front of me and we're going over op orders, if I need a frag order to go get some daggone ribs, I'm not going.
Ribs would be fucking delicious.
I'm not going.
The ribs would be fucking delicious. If we doing it like that, them ribs would be fucking amazing.
I can see you sitting there like, all right, look here, Saint. I need you to get here on this position, man. I need you to hold this position while I go in and get these ribs. Like, what? Yes. You Overwatch. You know what I mean? We got distance marked off and everything. I'm like, nah, bro. Can we Can we get like I don't know, can somebody deliver those ribs? Uber Eats this or something? Why do I gotta go? But this has been fun talking to y'all, man. We kind of got off training, but here's the thing though. You're talking to 3 old warriors, and we're talking about our training, which still stays with us to this day. The United States Army is really good at training up their warriors. Are they getting soft? Yes, I think they are. But the tip of the spear people are still doing their thing. What are y'all thoughts on that? And we'll start with Jay Swans.
About the whole that we still train.
He likes the tip of the spear, just the tip.
That's why I wanted him to go first. Just the tip of the spear.
Just the tip.
Hey, there's many guys that got in a lot of trouble with that line.
Yes.
They talking about the training now versus how it used to be. I'm not training now. I'm not training now, but my son is, he's been through some of the training, and I can tell you that it's definitely different. And I think that part of the training that I think that's getting lost is the camaraderie that was built. Yeah, you had some people that were inappropriate. You know what? And the group dealt with that shit. All right. Yeah. You can't do that now. I remember at Bragg when I had all that racist stuff that was going on. They found that the SF guys were doing some stuff, and they had us all out there in our drawers checking for tattoos, this and that.
Right.
Everybody on the base was mad at them SF dudes. Everybody on the base had a problem. We had some guys in our unit that I am 99.9% sure were full on racist.
Absolutely.
Right? And but you know what? They had our back. Okay. They always had our back. They were always down for us like that. And and I think that part of it is what's missing in the training. I think that camaraderie. We had guys in the unit that were gay that he never came out and said, I like Marines. But
he didn't have to.
I almost just crashed.
but we knew, you know what I mean? And we had his back. And this is before, don't ask, don't tell, whatever. We had his back still. And I think that's the part of the military that's changing. People get upset about, these pronouns and all this other shit. We don't care. You take a bullet just like I do. I could care less. But now you got everybody worrying about, what I'm going to say or what I'm going to do or who I'm going to offend and that sort of thing. So you miss out on that whole, hey, no matter what goes down, we got each other. And I think that's where the difference is in the training.
Yeah, sensitivity to words is the most ridiculous thing. To us, unit means something to this day. So Gunny, what are your thoughts on that?
And unit to Navy guys means the penis. There's a Navy dude. We watch this later talking about it's fucked up, bro. That's what. He's right though, but it's fucked up.
I agree. I agree with James. It's the camaraderie. I grew up with words can never hurt you unless you let them hurt you. So, I don't. If someone calls me short or fat or bald, I don't care. Your opinion doesn't mean anything to me. You threaten to touch me. That's different. That's assault. That changes everything. But the camaraderie and just being tough and part of the military is the back and forth banter we all do, which is politically incorrect.
You're seeing it now.
You're seeing it now.
This is how literally this is how we do stuff. If we were sitting down having coffee or something right now, having drinks right now, this is how we'd be talking to each other.
But it's
absolutely,
also,
Chris.
What was that?
He can't see you, bro. But it's also what?
In war, in military, there's a reason that you call the enemy using a derogatory name, whether it's raghead or gook or whatever.
Yeah,
and
Charlie.
It's to dehumanize your enemy.
Yeah.
Right. And you can all rally around that word because you're saying a bad word. Everyone's saying it because you have to think of them as the enemy. And it's much easier to kill a cockroach than it is a human being. So if you're calling them ragheads or whatever, gooks, whatever, Japs, whatever, it's easier to do your job. You can't be worried. Well, is that racially insensitive that I'm calling the enemy, ragheads?
Absolutely.
Not in my book, but
yeah, not in the combat environment is not, because if dude's shooting at me, he's gonna be that too. I mean, you look at what was going on in Somalia. I missed that mission. I think Jay Swans, when you got back to the unit, I think you had to deploy, right? What was the term over there? It was skinnies. What was the term for us when? What was the term for us when we went over when we got in our theater over there with the Army? It was Ahmed. You know what I mean? It was like, Ahmed's coming over the berm. You know what I mean? Ahmed's in the perimeter. That's what we were saying. Is that racially insensitive? It certainly is. You know what I mean? But we're sitting there training to kill one another. We're not there to play games. Somebody ain't coming home. You know what I mean? So people, that's how it is. When you're going out there to inflict, you know what I mean, ultra violence on other people, you're blowing people up. You're shooting parts of their bodies off with the weapons that we carry. Right, you're going to say what you got to say to make you do it because that's another human being, right?
Hey,
that's somebody. Tag. Yeah, it's not tag. It's not a football game,
nope.
Right? We're out here to hurt, and if you don't kill them, they are certainly going to kill you. So that's why soldiers do it. That's why Marines do it. That's why sailors do it, right? The term Jap during the Second World War. I mean, the people who are still alive who fought, they still say Jap to this day. That was a whole different kind of thing. Those Marines, what they faced, island hopping, was nothing like the Army was dealing with when they were going through Europe, you know, dealing with the Germans, you know what I mean? Dealing with the Nazis, calling them krauts. Every war we've ever been in, there's been derogatory terms for the enemy. And if y'all can't handle that, that's fine. But guess what? Those men and women kept you safe. That's why you can sit here now and have your pronouns. Because if without those men and women, you'd be speaking Japanese or German right now. So keep that in mind. We worried about these words that hurt you. You know what I mean? Use any words you want against me, but I tell you what, a 7.62 millimeter coming through your body hurts a whole lot more than somebody calling me raghead, calling me skinny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we can probably leave it there. I give you, you know what I mean? We're having fun. Miss Globe Girl, I'm all for evolving and growing, but I hope there's still integrity and that our warriors know how to stand and not kneel. And I'm not just talking about the flag, you know what I mean? And it's cool. And again, once we come home and we get involved in our political process, man, I'm open to whatever you want to say. We could talk about whatever you want to talk about, the kneeling and all that, the pronouns, the this, that, and the third. But what I need young Americans to step up and toe the fucking line, because something is going to happen. You see what's going on in Ukraine. You see what might be about to pop off over in Taiwan, right? The time may come when we need y'all to step up, grab your weapon, and then go get some. And so I just want, because right now, today, I don't know if America's ready. And Gunny, what are your feelings on that?
I think we're in a weird place because you've got a large, not majority, but you got a vast number of people who served in the military in the last 20 years, fought combat. And then you have the other half that are all words hurt and I want to wear a dress and carry a purse and all that stuff, which you can do whatever you want. But it's weird that we have, I mean, so if there was a call to arms, we could put an army together pretty good.
Yes.
And then the other half can just cower in their safe places and hope we get the job done. Because I'll defend someone's right to be a moron because I have to.
And I'm with you on that. That's the American way. Jay Swans, what are your thoughts?
That
he wasn't gay porn.
Fuck you.
See?
Nah, my thoughts are, you know what? These kids, you know, it's definitely a different generation. And if you've never tasted blood in your mouth, you know, you've never been in a fight, you know, you've never had to stand up for yourself. You've never had to stand up for what's right, even though everybody else is against you. And you know, and then you know what? You haven't lived. You know, and I think a lot of these kids, you know, they go into the military and they think it's, you know, I'm just doing this for the college money, or I'm just doing this to get some, you know, to get an education, you know, and when I hear that, and I've had people say that to me, and I'm like, fuck you. You know, you're going in the military to fight for this country and possibly die. All right. You're going in there to put your life on the line for this country. Yeah. And if it's all about just that college money or whatever, don't do it.
Yeah. Go join the Peace Corps. You can get some college money through there.
Yeah. You know, I mean, that college money is a bonus for when you complete your tour. You know, when you
fucking praying for the military to come get you when you get kidnapped.
Yeah.
Don't they? Don't they? Don't they? Right now. Hey, nothing against Brittany Griner or whatever, but she went over to Russia, got herself into a bind, and they want to send elements of the 82nd Airborne Division. They want to send the first Marine Division over there. They want to send SEALs and Green Berets to go get her. Why? You know what I mean? Why? Why should we go get her? You know what I mean? I'd rather go get that Marine that's locked up over there in Russia. Sounds like he was with the agency. I'd rather go get him.
Hey, just go ahead and take Snuggle shit off there, man, because that's a fucked up question to ask somebody. Like, for real. That's a fucked up question to ask somebody.
What question?
What's it like to kill somebody?
But you get people, and it's the reason I put it up there. And for folks who ask that question, I put it up there for a reason. I wanted people to see that question, right? And what is it like? Is it difficult? It's hard. You know what I mean? Join the United States military, go to war and find out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what are you willing to do to protect yourself? What are you willing to do to protect your family? What are you willing to do to protect your country? So for anybody out there that thinks that America is where it is right now because we're the nicest people on the block, y'all are sadly mistaken. Right? We are the craziest people on the block. And anybody who messes with us gets toe up. That's why America is America right now.
We use the nuke. We done shot the moon, bro.
Only one nation on the planet has ever used it. Only once. And we used it twice. You know what I mean? So here's the thing.
Going back to that question now. Going back to that question.
Yeah.
So my mother, real quick, my mother was the head of a private girls' school outside of Philadelphia. So when I came home from the first Gulf War, I went into school, dressed blues, the whole thing. And I'm talking to all these kids anywhere from, 12th graders down to like third graders. And I had a third grader ask me if I killed someone.
They always do.
And my mom looked at me and I gave an answer. I said, I did things over there in the military that I had to do because of my job, and things like that are between me and God. And my mother thought it was like, because my mother did not know how I was going to answer someone. She thought I would have been like, fuck yeah, I killed some scumbag, but I didn't.
Right.
My mother was quite happy that I deflected because a third grader is not going to understand what the question really is.
And that's a little kid. Little kids are brutally honest. So,
but
it's a fucking.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it is. And then Brother William asked a question. He's like, is the military still training you to be a killer, even though the training is soft? We don't even have to answer it because Miss Globe Girl gave the perfect answer. It was simply, we hope so. Right? Because that's what it takes. You're talking to vets. You're talking to warriors. We know what it takes to be free. Our version of free. It ain't perfect. We understand that, but it's still us. Right? So, maybe training's gotten a little soft or whatever, but those young recruits who go on to Marine MARSOC or something like that, or those young Army guys who go on to be Rangers and Airborne and all that kind of stuff, they're going to get the training that they need. They're going to be plugged in with the tip of the spear guys, tip of the spear. Jay Swan's favorite part of the spear. They're going to be plugged in with the tip of the spear guys, right? And they're going to get the training they need, and they're going to be able to do what they got to do to keep America, quote unquote, safe. The only way that America can be destroyed, in my opinion, is by Americans. No one else can do it. And we are doing our damnedest, it seems, with our political system and these people that we are putting in power and this and that. Horrible, ineffective leadership, right? That's the only thing that can bring us down. So if you're an American, you're not. Oh, go ahead.
No, I would say, I think the military, for the most part, because there are some generals out there or whatever. But I think as far as the individual infantry units and combat units, I think they're being trained as best they can. It's whether or not these cowardly politicians allow the military to be the military when you unleash the military.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're going to unleash the Doberman, unleash the Doberman.
Hey,
don't be like, but we're going to tie you up still and muzzle you still and all that shit.
Hey, that was the analogy I was going to use. You got a dog on a leash. You know what I mean? If you're going to send us to war.
You just want to say anal. That's all it is. You just want to say anal.
That's all he wanted to say.
But I mean, look, if you're going to send us to war, then let us do what we do. Take the news media away, take the cameras off, and let us do what we do. And you'd be surprised how fast things will be ended quickly. One thing, America, we may not start fights on a regular basis, but if we really want to finish one, we'll finish it. And
Yeah.
That's why I'm a firm believer of like, if you've never been in the military, then you don't get the right to be the leader of the military. I mean, that's just my thing. I know, but I mean, because if you've been in the military, especially in a combat unit, you understand the cost of war, and you understand that telling guys like, hey, be careful, don't shoot back unless you identify exactly who's shooting at you and verify what type of weapon he has, which is a true thing. That's what some of the ROEs, you cannot Somalia, you cannot return fire unless you identify the target. I mean, unless you identify exactly who's shooting at you and then get permission to shoot back.
Yeah. Okay. And I get that. That sucks. But you know what? John F. Kennedy understood what it meant to go to war. And so did George H.W. Bush. Both those presidents lost men, right? Yeah. They lost soldiers. They lost airmen, right? They understood that. You know what I mean? John Kerry understood what it meant to shoot, kill, and bleed for his country. You know what I mean? I don't have to agree with their politics, but I absolutely hold those men at the highest esteem because they're combat soldiers, period. Period. That's how it works. And we'll finish this up because actually we've gone 2 hours. It's the last couple of things I want to get out here. And Snuggles 668, real quick. Snuggles 668 is not trying to troll. Snuggles is not trying to be like to elicit any kind of negative response from us. I mean, because Snuggles just asks these questions all the time, right? So it's just that's the reason I'm showing them in the first place. They're not trolling, but asking what does racism look like in the military. And it's like, I hope you guys don't mind me asking that question. We don't. Racism in the military looks like racism in America looks like anywhere else. It is what it is. But like Jay Swan said, at the end of the day, when it's time to go do our thing, we're not worried about what color the man next to me is, because we all got the same mission. We all gonna look out for each other. They may be racist, I may be racist, but guess what? We take care of each other. That was the military we came from. You know what I mean? So that's just it. Viking paradigm with reference to what we did in Japan. Yep, we used it twice just to make sure the first one wasn't a fluke. So Viking ain't no joke. And Miss Globe Girl, big up Snuggles, the resident and always love trolls. So yeah, Snuggles kind of does that stuff, but they're asking questions and they're kind of doing their thing. And I don't mind going back and forth with Snuggles. I really don't. I just wish Snuggles would tell me, are you female or male, and where do you live? I can't seem to get that information out of Snuggles. So
I feel the joke, I let it go.
Yeah, let's let it go because we're done. We've been doing this for 2 hours. Thanks, fellas. I really appreciate this. We're here with Jay Swans, and below us we got our resident devil dog Gunny's in the house. You know what I mean? And I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.